So now the question start, what is DevOps? Okay, so if we see a traditional ways of working when it was started IT, so when it was there was a waterfall models where what is happening, dev team and ops team is working in silos. Okay, so what is happening, when the customer send a requirement to when the organization get a requirement from the customers, so what they are doing, the business analyst was there, they are in contact with the customers, and then they take the requirements, then they pass the requirements to the technical development team. They check the requirements, whatever their doubts, then they go back. So development is taking place when the developer is working, no testing team is involved. And when development is done, then it will be given to the testing team, and then when testing is done and everything is fine, then it will be moved to the operations. So this was the traditional ways of working for DevOps. But with the with a new technologies coming, with the change in the market, so whenever it is so what the customer needs, so there a need comes. So what is happening in traditional, the feedback which is being given to the received by the developer, once the complete development done, testing done, and then when it goes for with the customer, then they got the feedback. So then they have to start again. So it was taking time. But now with the emerging technologies and the present scenarios, customer needs immediate feedback. Customer needs something which is immediate, market, faster to the market and thing, and there was a lot of competition. So what are the business expects? So business expects stabilize, that is agility, quicker go to market, real time feedback and analysis, faster development, quality service delivered, and simplified functions. So in traditional, this is not, because there is no agility. So from there, the word agility comes. So what is agility? Agility is that it will be divided into a small chunks, and then it will be done, and immediately it will be given, and immediate feedback it has been come. So agility is being used in development, not in operations. So here a question comes, when agility is there, which is giving us a faster to the market, because when in agility it is some and immediate feedback is there, then what is the need requirement of the DevOps? Why the term DevOps comes? So here it is a point. So we will take it for later on, why the terms DevOps comes. So agility is there now, but due to traditional, what the business is getting slow releases. Once the development, then the release is done, and low CSAT, customer satisfaction, less market share. There is a high dependency. Dependency means when the developer has worked, then the testing will start, and after testing, the operations will start. So there is a high risk and there are more complexities. So now today, if we see, we have most of the organization have tools, processes, and people. So what is lacking? These tools, process, and people are called investments. These are investments, but the organization lacks, what's the organization? Tool synchronization between tools, process, and people. So this DevOps comes. So now what is doing? It is being a complete synchronization. Complete things are there. All are in collaborations. You got any? So it's clear now till this point. Can we move further? So this
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is what we have in there. So now it comes DevOps. So DevOps, if we say DevOps is a process first and then automation next. Why we say it process first? Because when we apply a DevOps means that dev and ops are working in a total collaboration with each other. As soon as there a continuous thing is going, as soon as developers check in, it goes for testing, and as soon as so in that state, if there is any issue, it goes back to the developer, then developers again. So there we have a gated check-ins in between. So gated check is that immediate feedback is going to the developer. Developer has not to wait for the complete testing to be completed, and then he will receive a feedback or when it will be go. So when everything is fine, it will be deployed, it will go to the customer immediately send the feedback. So this is a complete, we call it as a pipeline. So if you see, we have continuous integration, then we have continuous delivery, that is and then we have a continuous improvement. So this is a complete DevOps process. So what is happening? We are having agile mode. In agile mode, what we are doing, we are having a short sprint, 2 week sprints or 2 weeks sprints, and we have, after completion of sprint, there is a complete analysis of the sprint in one meeting, and we take a feedback from there and then continues. Then after if you see, here is a continuous stream agile development, then continuous integration after testing and deployment. So this continuous testing and deployments comes to an agile delivery, then a continuous feedback, and this will be a agile ALM. So now it's, so this is what is for DevOps process. So this is an overview of it, why we need a DevOps. We move further. Hello.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought. So what we say that a DevOps in short is a development and operations. So development and operation are in sync. They are not in a different. They are in sync with each other. So there is a collaboration between it. Now, as soon as the developers do, other parties are also being. So in a DevOps process, all the parties are being involved from the beginning. It is not that first, as we in traditional form, what we have seen that development is being done, only developers and business analysts there. Tester comes later on, and then it goes to the operation. But now, from in DevOps practice, we create a process, we create a complete process, and then we do. So all the teams are being involved. Martin, I am hearing some background noise.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, sorry about that. I put it on mute.
no issues. Okay, so now this is an overview of DevOps. So we have different stages of complete SDLC in DevOps. That is create, plan, release, configure, monitor, package, and verify. So all the devs, so it in it, so it is that is development is in a agile relationship, and then is it includes the development phase. If we see here, it is a development phase. So development phase is having plan, create, verify, and package. Once this is done, then it will go for release, configure, and monitor. Okay, so development is doing, so it is, if you see here, these are not silos entities. We are in collaboration with each other. So as on plan, create, so ops team is involved from the stages of plan, create, verify, and package. So even so, when in release, if we face any issues, it goes back to the team, and then whatever it is there, it comes to this. So it is a continuous process. Continuous process. We have a continuous deliveries, continuous releases. So even a continuous feedback is being given to the developers. So it is that immediate feedback is there. So all the whatever the modification is required is being done. Is clear? Hello?
Yes, very clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we will move to history of DevOps. So DevOps is being invented by a Patrick Dabos. He is a Belgium consultant and a project manager. He's an agile practitioner. So when he's working, during his working, he found that yes, we have used an agility in development part. People in development are working in in a agile mode, and they are doing, and but we are not involving operation task in our agile mode. So once its operation is being there separately, there development is there, then operations is there. So he just thought of a process that why not we collaborate with dev and ops, and then we can and then it will be a beneficial for us, and it will be an so it will be a good for this. So that's why it blends us lean thinking and agile, and with the agile philosophy. So that's why the DevOps terms comes there. He has given a complete thing in his presentation: 10 deploys per day. That is dev and ops in cooperation with this work. So this is about how the DevOps comes.
Okay.
Now we have a DevOps stakeholders. So we cannot say that it is a separate thing, only development and ops teaming in one. Because as in the first phase, I said that DevOps is a process first and automation second. So whenever in any organization we are going to implement DevOps, we we have to have a green signal from the management also. And in this, even the product team, and even so the product team is the main stakeholders in this. That is marketing, product management, engineering, sales, and project management. All are being involved. So these all are the stakeholders. And then it will move to dev, ops, and QA. So if we say for DevOps stakeholders are marketing team, engineering team, sales team, project management, and product management team is also being involved in.
Okay.
Because I will give you a scenario. When we are working on as an organization, we get a project to work for a customer on to implement a DevOps. So it is not straight. It will be our sales team who is been in touch with them, with the customer, and they take their what their ask is. Then after that the it comes, we provide that what we have the capability, how we can implement them on the basis of their requirements, which we call an RFP phase. So there we give, so here sales team, product team, engineering team, and project management team is all being involved when they present the solutions. And then once it will comes, when the solution comes to us, then the implementation comes. So the initial thing is being done by this. So all these are the stakeholders.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes, very clear.
Therefore we say that stakeholders are there, and then we now when we say that stakeholders also involve the customer's complete engineering team and system, because as DevOps is a process first, so before we cannot go and implement DevOps directly, what we do, we have to assess their ecosystem. First, we will study their ecosystem. So whenever we are going to implement a DevOps, whether it is for an application deployment, whether it is for an operations task, what we do, we have to study their ecosystem. Ecosystem means what are their processes, what are their tools, and how, whether they are using the automation completely, or there are some manual tasks. We will check their pain areas. We will
Okay.
get their pain areas, and after getting their pain areas, then we move to Then what we do, we present our recommendations that how now we will going to implement the DevOps in their ecosystem. What the changes are being required to be managed, how we will do, what the tools we are using. And in there, before implementing, we will have a green signal from the customer management also, whether customer is ready to use new tools, existing tools, and or they want that we can implement using their only existing tools. They are not, because some customers are not ready to invest more and they will not go for it. So here we checking with the customer and what the security they have. Suppose it is a healthcare or a banking domain. Now in healthcare and banking, Martin, I will need a 5 minute, 2 minutes break. I have to bring a water because I was just feeling. Okay,
Okay, sure, no
so give me
problem.
one. So sorry for this.
No, 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 no. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry for this interruption.
No, no problem, no problem at all.
Okay. So these are the different stakeholders. So now in DevOps, these all work in together. So whenever we are going to implement DevOps in any organization, so we need some DevOps architect, we need some DevOps engineer to work on it. So architects are being for designing the complete implementation strategies, complete DevOps roadmap, and and design the complete CI/CD pipeline. Because what we say CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery pipeline.
So the architects are the from our team or the or
Yes.
companies.
No. That is, suppose it is from our team. It is not from the customer.
Okay,
So from the for the customer for which we are implementing, so these they are from our team. So we
okay,
deployed architect and then we deployed engineers also. Architect is doing assessment. Assessment. So what we do in assessment, we know their ecosystem. So we take their some applications as a baseline, so we decide on this. So what if there are frequent releases of some application? So we take their application and the environment, and then we go through further doing the assessment. So assessment gives us the thing that at what level the customer is on DevOps, and on that basis we can give them the implementation strategies. So
okay,
these are the things.
okay.
Now the question comes, why DevOps? Something I haven't. So So if we see a pre-DevOps processes, okay, we have developers, we have software, environment, and services, and the requirements. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so now this is an operations. So this is a pre-DevOps processes. Now even in this, what they are, the softwares are taking 2 to 6 weeks, API integration 2 weeks, infra takes 2 to 8 weeks. So it was taking too much time if you see here. The
Mm-hmm.
service software development 2 to 6 weeks, and deploying a software take 2 to 3 weeks. API integration takes 2 weeks, and infra takes 2 to 8 weeks. So this was taking too much time. So what's now here? What is happening? Developers are working. They are releasing to QA, quality, and quality is taking 2 to 4 weeks. Once the testing is done between 2 to 4 6, then deployment request is being given to the release manager. After this testing completed, QA is completed, then the deployment request is being to the release manager, and then deployment is being done by the operations. So this was a pre-DevOps process. So now what we are doing, then QA, pre-prod, prod, and development are being deployed on this. So if a defect comes, then it again goes to the developers. Then developers make the changes. Then this QA testing is being done. Okay. So what is happening? It was taking too much time. Only when it was reaching here, then only defects is coming, and then it is going back to the developer, and the complete cycle will taking again a place. So this was a thing. So it comes that why not in between we have our gated check-ins. Gated check-ins means as soon as a developer commits, okay, as soon as developer commits, so he commits in a source code management. When he commits, information is given. So and then it will be checked. The unit testing is being done. Suppose at that place, unit testing. I will just use a whiteboard to explain you this.
Okay. Are you going to share the slides?
Yeah, I will share this.
Excellent. Thank you.
Now, if you see, this is a development. Okay, and instead of this, I will just use this pen. Okay, so this is dev. So once it developer do a check-in, okay, developer has done a check-in. So once developer has done a check-in, so here unit testing is being done. So if there was any issue, it will go just back to the developer.
Okay.
So with with the tool unit testing is being done, it will just go and it goes to the developer again. He make the changes, he does commit. Now suppose it is clear, so then it will move to other part, that is for the code quality analysis.
Okay.
So code quality analysis, everything is okay, then it will move further. Otherwise it will again go back to the developers with the with all the issues, errors, what is there. So he will make the changes and again this follows. So here what is happening? So if you see in this, developer is getting the information at the end. Okay, the developer is getting information at the end. But now with the use of DevOps, we are using tools, or with it, immediate feedback is given to developers. So what it is, we have not to wait till the end. We have not to wait till the end, and it will just goes back to them. Okay. So in this, so what is there? No collaboration. So pre-DevOps, there is no collaboration between dev, QA, ops. They do not interact with each other. Whenever any requirements come, developers has developed their code, then they have sent to the QA, then tester being involved. They are not in collaboration. They are not talking to each other. They are working in a silos. And developers are using their own tool, testers are using on own tool, operations are using on. So this integrated tools and processes. Everyone has their own processes, and those processes are not being integrated with each other.
Okay.
Most of the task is manual. We have a limited automations. Therefore, what is the impact of this? We have a delayed time to production. Suppose a request has come, it was developed, it takes times, and when it was developed and it releases to the customer, a new change has come because there was a change in the market, there was changes. So what is happening? After then, again, the changes is being done. So it is not a faster to the market. So to overcome all these process things, this term dev, the process of dev and ops, philosophy. DevOps is a philosophy. So a philosophy, a culture. So a culture and a philosophy of DevOps has come in existence. Is it clear?
Yes, please. It's very clear.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So pre-DevOps, they are blaming each other. What they are doing, they are blaming it. Ops is saying there is an issue in your development, and Dev is saying no, we have developed here. There is an issue in your processes. So they are blaming each other.
Mm.
So these are the typical pain point. What is happening due to this in silos, taking time and blaming each other? It is a budget overruns are there. There are long testing cycles. There is a lower environment build out. Even the environment, a small environment takes a long time. And even the operations skills are not being support with new modern platforms. There is a collaboration issues all are working. So these are the typical pain points which are present in pre-DevOps processes.
Mm-hmm.
Now question comes, why DevOps? So till now it's clear, or you need something more?
No, it's clear, very clear. So far,
Okay,
so
thank you. Okay. So now if we see why DevOps, because if you see in a change environment, now the people are using Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp, and there is a massive use of it. So these are our social media is there. Now everyone needs it a quick update. So, and what they want, whenever there was a quick update, there will be no downtime. Earlier, what is happening whenever in a pre-DevOps stage, whenever there was a new deployment, the application is being down and the deployment is being done, and then it will be up. So they, but now in present scenario, this is not possible. People wants that if you see in a Facebook, new features are coming, but there is no downtime. This is zero downtime. So that's why time to value, deploy faster, deploy often. Developers self-service. That is, allow developer to build and test against the product-like systems. So they are doing. There is an increase in the quality. The cost is reduced. There is a because with the tools there is a increase in a test coverage and even increased environment utilization. We are creating a virtualized development and test environments. We are creating dev and test environments and then moving it to prod or non-prod. And then even what is their virtual environments, we can put it down. We once we are not required, we can shut it down.
okay.
And there is a minimum, in some cases, there will be minimum downtime. Otherwise, application is up and deployment is done. Even the defect resolution is also good because what is happening? Immediate information is being received and immediate the implementation is there. So that is immediate feedback. So whatever there was an issue is being resolved immediately. Dev and ops are working in collaborations. So these are the needs for DevOps.
Okay.
Today's session will be a theoretical session. So
Yeah.
if you need any break in between, just let me know. Okay.
Oh, no, no. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
And if you need any break, feel free, to take a break if you want to. But
No. It's okay. It is my morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you are in India?
Yeah, I am in India.
Ah, okay. I thought you are here in the US.
No. It's morning. It's 6. It is now 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, too early for you.
Give me 1 minute. I think somebody has come. I will just check it out. Give me 1 minute. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. So this is about a strategy map.
Okay.
Yes. So if you see in this DevOps strategy map, so now the questions comes, do we really need DevOps? Do we have problem? Is if yes, how to get it out? So how we come to know about the problems and bottlenecks which we are having? So what we do, as I have told you, we do the assessment.
Mm-hmm.
When we do the assessment, so we identify the applications. Now we don't take any applications. We see the applications which have frequent releases. So we take those applications, what is the application architecture, how it's working, what is the process being used by this. So from there, we find the bottleneck.
Okay.
Okay. And after finding the bottleneck and the problems, that is the pain areas. In the pain areas, what we see, what are their manual processes, suppose when they are using, what are their manual processes, how we can automate their processes, what are changes we can bring in their process, new changes in their process. Suppose a company is not following agile completely. Okay, so when they are not following agile completely, what we are doing, we are asking them to follow agile in all the phases. So this is how we plan and recommend them. So how can we solve these problems? How can we accomplish our mission? That we create a plan of action with the timelines, perform the gap analysis, we estimate the investments because we provide with the customer that yes, there these are the gap analysis, you have these manual tasks, now we have to automate, and to automate we have to use a tool. So what is the pricing of the tools and all, so and then the rollout. So this is the way how we work on a DevOps.
Okay.
So now who are our customers? What do they value? So yes, of course, the leadership is because if we don't get a green signal from the leadership, we are not able to implement it. So customers are the leadership of the customer. And what they value, they need the speed and the quality. Whatever the work they need that, yes, it will be immediate being done and with the quality, that not quality will, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is that when we are using DevOps, because when we are implementing DevOps, we are making investment in that, the tools being used and everything, the people to be bring. So will this bring in value to our organization? What are the associated benefits? So whenever customer sees, yes, he wants the benefits, he wants that what the value his organization will go. So what will happen when we are using DevOps? Faster time to market, we have an asset utilization, because what we are seeing that before DevOps, people are using tools, but they are using, sometimes they are using tools in silos, they are not continuously using it. So in some phases they are using tools, so they have the tools in their organization, but they are not using it. Suppose let's take an example. A customer is having an agile mode of working. Okay, so in agile mode of working, they are using the tools like Jira or something like this. But People are not changing what they are doing. They are following their old processes, that is Excel sheets, and this they are maintaining all their data in Excel sheet. They are not using a tool. So asset is there, but it is not being utilized. So when we have seen their processes, yes, they are not using it. They are doing it manually. Let us bring it in our automation there. Let they create whatever the task is there. Let they create epic story or something in Jira, and for tracking, instead of manual tracking, it will then automated tracking. So
Okay.
it will bring a customer satisfaction also. It will increase an employee morale also. So these are the values to the organization.